Chapter 1. The Daring Whisper of Leadership. Icahn's name echoes through the halls of finance, but it was his view of wisdom that set him apart. He once told the board of a struggling company, "I will buy into the future only if I understand the past." This simple truth was the seed from which his strategy grew. In that early meeting, Icahn studied every piece of data, every rumor, every fear that the other investors had. He turned curiosity into a weapon and curiosity into leadership. The lesson for us is that true leaders ask more questions than they answer. Curiosity sharpens insight, and insight sharpens the decision that will become the cornerstone of your own journey. If you imagine yourself standing before a problem, the first thing you should do is pause and gather every thread of information you can. Ask the right questions, then listen more than you speak. This simple habit alone can transform a hurried choice into a wise one. Example, imagine you want to launch a new app. Instead of jumping straight to a prototype, schedule a week to talk to potential users, market analysts, and competitors. Jot down every insight. When you return to the drawing board with a richer understanding, your decisions will carry weight that no hasty launch can provide. Key takeaways. Curiosity is a silent leader. It guides you to unseen opportunities. Gather data before acting, and let your intelligence lead the way. Listening more than speaking builds wisdom that commands respect. If you are enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question. What question are you ignoring that could change the outcome of your next big decision? Chapter 2. Steel Resolve, Soft Vision. Icahn taught that wisdom requires the courage to act decisively while maintaining a long-term vision. He famously said, "The best opportunities involve a lot of risk, but the best risk is not to act." This paradox of boldness and patience is a core principle of his leadership. When Icahn took over a stagnant company, he forced a restructuring, eliminated costly inefficiencies, and then placed those savings into future innovation. The result was a steady rise in value that rewarded long-term investors. For us, decisive action is not reckless. It is a disciplined move that follows a clear evaluation of stakes. Pause, assess, then act, so that your choice is guided by facts, not fear. After the action, keep your vision anchored on the broader horizon. Never let a single victory become an end in itself. Let it propel you toward the ultimate mission of your organization or personal brand. Example, if you're managing a project at work, don't wait for perfect conditions. Identify the critical bottleneck, draft a solution, and roll it out. Simultaneously, schedule a quarterly review to assess how each change aligns with your long-term goal, say, customer satisfaction or market share. Key takeaways. Act decisively, but only after careful analysis. A successful risk requires a plan to turn the outcome into a step toward your long-term vision. Keep your eyes on the future, even as you tackle today's tasks. If you are enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question. Do you act impulsively, or do you wait for certainty before moving forward? Chapter 3. The Ownership Mindset. Another cornerstone of Icahn's wisdom is the idea that true leadership begins with ownership. He often remarked, "I am not just a shareholder, I am a guardian of the company's future." This mindset made him a relentless advocate for change, but it also built trust among stakeholders who recognized his deep stake in the outcome. Ownership in leadership means taking responsibility for every aspect of your organization or personal effort. It means seeing beyond titles to the value you can create. When Icahn intervened, he did not merely push for short-term gains. He restructured governance so that shareholders and executives shared a common purpose. Leadership, therefore, is about aligning self-interest with collective good. Example, as a manager, if a team member struggles, instead of assigning blame, take ownership of the problem. Schedule a one-on-one, identify solutions, and hold yourself accountable for the improvement. Your team will feel supported, and the culture of accountability will thrive. Key takeaways. Ownership breeds genuine leadership. It is the bridge between personal ambition and collective success. Real leaders step into the role of guardian, not merely executor. Accountability to yourself translates into accountability to others. If you are enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question. What area of your life would benefit most if you took full ownership of its outcomes? Chapter 4. Turning doubt into fuel. Icahn's career was punctuated by criticism and skepticism. He never let doubt drown his vision. Instead, he listened to the critics, dissected their concerns, and used them as a test of his ideas. His favorite adage, "A good leader hears what others miss, but also hears what they say," shows how he turned external noise into internal guidance. For contemporary leaders, the ability to filter criticism is vital. When faced with a setback, pause and ask yourself, what truth does this criticism hold? What blind spot can I correct? Then, use that insight to refine your plan. Transform doubt into a diagnostic tool, never into a self-limiting voice. Example, imagine you receive a negative review of your latest proposal. Instead of dismissing it outright, identify the key points of contention, perhaps the cost estimate or the timeline. Adjust those elements and strengthen the proposal. When you present the updated version, the skeptics will acknowledge the value improvement. Key takeaways. Doubt is not an enemy. It is a signal to sharpen your strategy. Learn to separate useful feedback from noise. Resilience is built by converting criticism into course correction. If you are enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question. How are you currently treating criticism? Do you dismiss it or use it as a stepping stone? Chapter 5. The legacy of leadership. Icahn's journey reminds us that leadership is a living legacy. He once told a young investor, "The way you lead today will echo in the boardrooms of tomorrow." His final reflection on wisdom emphasizes intentionality. Leadership is about forging pathways that others can walk safely into the future. This sums up the 5 core principles we have uncovered: curiosity, decisive vision, ownership, resilience, and legacy. To apply these today, set a personal mission that aligns with a greater good. Use curiosity to scout opportunities, act with conviction but patience, own the outcomes, turn critique into growth, and plant seeds that future leaders can step into. In doing so, you transform your own narrative from a series of accomplishments into a lasting influence. Key takeaways. Wisdom is a continual pursuit. It lives in our actions as much as our words. Leadership is measured not just by outcomes, but by the paths we leave clear for others. By embodying curiosity, decisive vision, ownership, resilience, and legacy, we create a leadership brand that endures. If you are enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question. What is the legacy you hope to create through your leadership today?